How's it going, everyone? It's me, Noah here, and today we're going to be taking a look at my LEGO Star Wars Imperial Army as of 2021. Since the last video that I made back in 2019, there has been an increase in the different types of minifigures that I've wanted to keep here in this LEGO Star Wars Imperial Army, especially in the different types of minifigures that I see will best suit me for my creations that I'll be making in the near future. You can see that there's a drastic amount of changes with the larger bulk of minifigures that are here in the back, as well as some changes here to the just in general officers or smaller amount of minifigures that I have here, some modifications, and I will be going over those here in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. Getting started here on the left hand side, we have Imperial Death Trooper Specialist, and he is modified right here with two 1x1 plates at the bottom to increase his height, as well as giving him a blaster, and underneath is a black minifigure head. These are just modifications that I like to make, which are better suited for when I'm using them in a creation, hence why the increased height, and I've already given him the blaster so I can just pick him up and put him right into the creation that I might be using him for. Right next to him is General Veers. He's been modified by giving him a blaster already, as well as these modified dual molded legs, which are dark bluish gray and black. These also are a little bit more accurate to the officers that are in the Empire as seen in the films, as well as in the shows that they are represented in. Right next to him is Admiral Piet, same modifications as with General Veers. And then we're going to go ahead and move on right here to Darth Vader, who's also been modified with his height, giving him two 1x1 plates, as well as a chrome lightsaber hilt, which is just something that doesn't usually come in sets, and which is something that I would love to see return in sets. Seeing chrome lightsaber hilts are a lot better when using them in mocks. Next to him is the man himself. He doesn't need a weapon. He has his mind, which is the weapon of the Imperial Army, and that is Grand Admiral Thrawn, modified here with this gold piece that sits over his shoulders, as well as the legs right here. They're the same type of legs, dual molded legs, but instead of dark bluish gray and black, we have them in white and black. Next to him is Grand Moff Tarkin. As you can see, same type of modifications as with the generals and admiral that you see here on the left hand side. And you can see that is the Death Star version, which is a lot more pricier nowadays on Bricklink, so I'm glad I got him back then. Even had him back in the 2019 army, so I was able to get him before he increased in price drastically. Right next to him is Krennic, Director Krennic himself, and as you can see, no modifications are made with him except for the blaster. Obviously, he's just holding in his hand, something that you don't see on Bricklink, obviously. And next to him is my own custom version of an Imperial, which is General Roan, used in one of my Star Wars Legends minifigure fig barfs. You can see that is a custom head from the Indiana Jones line, as well as the same modifications, just like with Grand Moff Tarkin. We have another Death Trooper Specialist here on the right-hand side, and then as we move here towards the back, we have right here a Captain, which is one of the Imperial officers with one cylinder, followed by 5 of the Imperial Shock Troopers that you can see right here. Shock Stormtroopers is how they are on Bricklink. And then right down here, we have a Commodore, which is one that you can see with the 2 cylinders instead of 1, like the one here on the right-hand side. Now that we're done here at the front, we're going to go ahead towards the back and see 2 hover tank pilots with a blaster each. We have a Imperial Scout Trooper, which has been modified or mishmashed together with several or both the newer and slightly older Scout Trooper that came a couple of years ago, and so kind of just mishmashed those parts together and made a much more accurate version, in my opinion, that I've also used in a couple of builds and scenes already. Next to him is 2 of these Imperial officers right here in the dark tan uniforms, one of them with the dual molded legs in dark tan, one of them without. And if you're wondering how I got these dual molded dark tan legs, I will be making a video at some point in the future on modifying your Star Wars minifigures. So you'll be able to see how I was able to do that. So that'll be coming very soon. Next to him is a patrol trooper right here, modified with 2 Firestar arms, as well as with a blaster in hand. And next to him are 2 other minifigures that just kind of mishmashed together. One of them is, of course, a Imperial TIE Fighter pilot, and the other one is an Imperial shuttle pilot, both having these blasters right here, these short blasters in their hands, as well as some really nice hairdos. Just the same type of hairdo, except for the different colors that you can see these two have. Next to them is K2SO, who doesn't need a weapon at all. He is already a fighting machine. And next to them, or next to him, I should rather say, is the AT-ST pilot minifigure, also holding a blaster. No modifications made to this one because he's already perfect as is with the blaster in hand. And then you got right next to him two of the Minband stormtroopers, both holding a blaster. And as I already mentioned with some of the other minifigures here on the left-hand side, also have black minifigure heads underneath. Behind the two of them, we have 11 of the Imperial Minband troopers, or the Han Solo version of this Minband trooper, which I've all modified here with a TMC head, custom printed head from TMC. And these look a lot better now with these heads. They're originally used for German soldiers during World War II, but I think these are a lot better used here for the Minband troopers, and they give them a lot more of a dynamic expression for each of them, and especially come in handy for when you're using them in a Minband creation like I did a little while ago. And I think these just look awesome with that print job, as well as with the print job from Lego themselves. We also have a captain or commander here towards the right, which I made with some Imperial minifig parts. Just another random one here that I put together just to lead these guys. And then moving on towards the left-hand side, we have 8 of the Imperial Scarif Troopers, Stormtroopers, or if you want to call them Shore Troopers, you can as well. There's 8 of those that have been modified with black heads underneath, as well as a weapon in each of their right hands. Moving on here to the left-hand side, we have 4 of the Range Troopers, also modified with black heads underneath, as well as a weapon in each of their right hand. And now we move on to the bulk of the minifigures here in the pack. This is 50 of the Imperial Death Trooper minifigures, also modified with a weapon in their hand, and as well as a black head under each of them. Just something marvelous to look at, 50 of them, which you might have also seen in one of my recent haul videos from Brick Fair and Brick Rodeos. That is where the majority of them came from, and I'm so happy to have them here in this army video. Moving on here towards the middle of the base plate, we have 21 of the older style Shadow Troopers or Shadow Stormtroopers, which I think are excellent minifigures, also especially when they're holding their weapons and have been modified. Once again, all of the Stormtrooper variants that have a helmet over them have all been modified with a black head. So I just think these are a lot better as well. When I'm plopping them into builds, you don't see the flesh skin tone underneath the helmets from the corner or from the side or even from the back. They just look a lot better if you have those heads on. And these particularly just look really cool, especially standing next to here the Death Troopers on the left. For our final minifigures, we have 50 more Stormtroopers, 5 of the older style Stormtroopers with the printed legs, and then right behind them are 45 of my favorite Stormtrooper variant. This is the regular Stormtroopers from the Rogue One Battle Pack, as well as a couple of other sets, but the main place you can see them in are in the Rogue One Battle Pack, and these are just fantastic. 45 of them, once again modified with blaster in hand and black heads underneath. So after looking at those, that's basically it, guys. This is the 173 minifigures that are on this base plate, not counting the other Imperial minifigures that I have in my Lego Star Wars minifig collection, which is something that I've been trying to work harder on, trying to collect one of each Lego Star Wars minifigures, though there are about 30 or 40 more Imperial minifigures if you want to count those as well, so it would be easily over 200, but I'm only counting these here because these are the duplicates that I have of each of those minifigures and the ones that I'll use for my own Lego Star Wars creations. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like here on this video, as well as commenting down below your thoughts. What is your favorite Imperial minifigure that you've seen here in this video? And I hope you're a little bit more patient now for the next army video, which is coming out very soon, which will be on my Lego Star Wars Clone Troopers, my Republic army that I have, which at this point has grown to over 1,000 minifigures, so hope you stay tuned for that. Besides that, everyone, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next Lego video.